You're watching 11 Alive Morning News. 11 minutes of nonstop news starts now.
I'm Liza Lucas in Atlanta, where police and protesters are on high alert after a deadly shooting at the site of a new police training center. We've got the latest on details of planned demonstrations ahead for the weekend.
A somber return to school. Spalding County students are back for the first time since tornadoes tore through the county. How the district is looking to help them heal.
We will have plenty of sunshine today, but temperatures will be noticeably cooler out there. You are going to need your light coat for today, folks. The details coming up.
This morning, a state trooper is still in ICU after being shot at the site of the Atlanta Public Safety Training Center.
The GBI says troopers shot and killed the gunman after he fired at them as they were trying to clear the forest. Now more protests are planned this weekend, and law enforcement says they are on high alert. Liza Lucas has a look.
Local law enforcement across the metro on high alert this morning following online threats against police. Just hours after Wednesday's shooting, a call for retaliation against police posted on Twitter in response to the protester's death. Twitter suspended the account, but Atlanta police in particular confirmed they're aware of these threats. The department saying officers are being vigilant and will continue to work to keep streets safe for everyone. We've learned vigils and demonstrations are planned in cities across the country this weekend. Meanwhile, the GBI tells us that there is a meeting focused on further securing the site planned for next week. In downtown Atlanta, sending it back to you.
While the city of Atlanta owns the site for the new training center, taxpayers are only paying around a third of the $90 million price tag. The nonprofit Atlanta Police Foundation is working to raise millions for the construction, and tax filings show 80% of that money comes from private donations. The nonprofit's board is filled with leaders from major companies all across Atlanta like Delta, Home Depot, Georgia Pacific, Wells Fargo, and UPS. Continuing your 11 minutes of nonstop news with your top headlines that you need to know today.
Friends, fans, and loved ones will remember UGA offensive lineman Devin Willock in Athens this weekend. A memorial is planned for Willock tomorrow before he is laid to rest in his home state in New Jersey. The 20-year-old was killed in a crash early Sunday morning, hours after celebrating UGA's second straight national title. Recruiting staffer Chandler Lee Croy was also killed. Willock's family's attorney spoke on their behalf about how they want their son to be remembered.
He is someone that we know people who have met him will never forget, not because of this tragedy, but because of the positive experiences, influence, and interactions they had with him.
The law firm is looking for people with information in the crash. Devin's mother tells 11 Alive the family is not seeking legal action against UGA or anyone else at this time.
Parents in Paulding County say they want answers after this TikTok video from a bus stop appeared to show kids climbing out of the windows. This was at a stop for All Good Elementary yesterday. Police say one student was missing a tag on their book bag, which shows their assigned stop. The district says things escalated between the driver and parents. That driver is now suspended while it investigates.
A defendant in the Young Slime Life trial is in more trouble this morning after court records say he tried to slip Young Thug drugs right in the middle of jury selection. You see that moment happening right there. It appears to show a man named Khalif Adams going up to Young Thug and touching his hand. Deputies say he gave Thug Percocet. Deputies say Adams had to be taken to the hospital after ingesting more drugs to hide them.
Continuing your 11 minutes of nonstop news, the battle over reproductive rights takes center stage here in Georgia and across the country today.
Anti-abortion activists will hold the first March for Life memorial service and rally since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. It's happening in Washington, D.C. The president of March for Life said on its website, quote, "This year will be a somber reminder of the millions of lives lost to abortion in the past 50 years, but also a celebration of how far we've come." On Sunday, Vice President Kamala Harris will speak in Florida, where she plans to talk about the White House's commitment to abortion access. Georgia Right to Life will also have a memorial service at noon and a 1-mile silent march at 1 p.m. with a rally right after. Right now, Spalding County students are making their way back to school.
They have been through so much. It's the first time they'll be back in class since 5 tornadoes ravaged the community last week. 11 Alive's Jerry Carnes is in Griffin. And Jerry, the kids have been through trauma. How's the district helping this transition?
Well, today is going to be a day of healing. The school buses are already rolling here in Spalding County. Within the next half hour, we'll see students begin to arrive here at Orrs Elementary School on a day focused not so much on books, but on the issue of healing. A great many students throughout this district are now living in shelters or hotels. In fact, the school district says at least 900 families with school-aged children are not able to go home because of damage from last week's tornadoes. 5% of the school district's employees have been displaced. Shannon Shirley's 9-year-old son will be going back to class today. Here's what she says about his emotional state.
He's finally just now starting to be able to sleep through the night. He was having nightmares just like me. To witness it firsthand, he was absolutely terrified.
Now, administrators are easing everyone back into a routine. It'll be a half day today. They'll go back to a full schedule beginning next week. Back to you.
All new this morning, finding an affordable place to live in Atlanta could be a little easier if one city council member gets his way. Michael Julian Bond wants to create a website to serve as a one-stop shop for affordable housing listings. He says the page would link prospective renters to privately developed properties as well as publicly funded rentals. Bond's website proposal goes before the full council in February. This weekend, housing will continue to be a conversation surrounding affordable housing in Atlanta. And our Voices for Equality series join us Sunday at 11 a.m. right here on 11 Alive.
Going out this afternoon, you'll see plenty of sunshine around. It's going to be nice looking. Temperatures right around 51 degrees. It's going to be noticeably cooler this afternoon than we have been, looking at 57 for your afternoon high. Plus, with that northwest wind, it's going to feel cool, especially in the shade. That wind will get up to about 15 miles per hour. Gusts could be a little higher than that. By 6 driving home, you still got fair skies. Temperatures right near 50 degrees, going down into the 30s for overnight lows tonight.
For Atlanta Braves, still looking for the next voice of the Braves. Auditions will be held tomorrow during this year's Braves Fest. To try out, all you got to do, head to an interactive booth that will be set up on the lower level concourse inside Truist Park. Finalists will be announced next month. What do you think?
I'm going out.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah. I got part-time work.
He's taking a pretty big lead out there, almost daring him to try and pitch him off. Pitcher glances over his shoulder and winds up, and it's bunted down the third base line. The suicide squeeze is on. Here he comes. Squeeze play. It's going to be close. Here's the play at the plate. Holy cow, I think he's going to make it.
Happy Friday!